Hi, welcome to Little Way Homestead. We are in fall, obviously, and it's gorgeous time around here. I love the colors of fall. So we are going to be looking at our garden today and seeing what we can do in the garden to get it ready for next spring. Joseph, Marie, and Isabella already ran ahead and are trying to pick whatever they can pick that's left. We're going to be opening it up for our chickens here. We just moved these laying hens up towards the coop, getting them ready for winter. We butchered some of our old laying hens. We left seven of our 1-year-old hens, and this is our whole new flock from this year raising. So they are ready for winter. We moved them up to go into the coop for the winter. So they're done, but we have a ton of things to do in the fall to get ready for winter. So we slowly do them so we don't get overwhelmed, because if you wait till the last minute, you're just going to be completely overwhelmed, and winter just creeps up on you and you're like, So we are starting with our garden. We have a few things we need to harvest still before we let the chickens in there to prepare the garden for next spring. So we let our chickens in, scratching most of the fall, actually towards the end of the fall into the winter, until the snow is here. But we put our chicken tractors that are back there. I don't know if you can see where our duck is, our duck yard. We have 2 chicken tractors that we will put in the garden, so the chickens will make a path from the coop to the tractors, so the chickens can be pooping, and we can throw our compost in all winter long, and they will scratch it all in for the garden and make soil for us ready for the spring. And then we basically just lift them up in the spring, move them back out, ready for chickens to go in, and we have compost, and parts of our garden are ready with no weeds. So I'm gonna give you a little tour of our weedy garden, but it's still producing, which is amazing. So yes, Joy. Ooh, we got a nice apple. So we have an apple tree over there, a little one that did well this year.
It's good.
Yeah. So we still have a nice big cauliflower to pick, which is nice. We have shoots coming, and shoots of the broccoli are looking really, really nice. I heard that you can leave them for your first frost. They taste actually better after frost. Here's a little cauliflower that we'll leave. Wow, look at those shoots. So some of the shoots we're going to be taking. And that is lettuce that has gone to seed, so we're going to pick the seeds off today too, and harvest those seeds so we can plant our own lettuce next year without buying seeds. Some beautiful Swiss chard. Joseph is giving me an apple to try, so bon appetit. Wow, that's delicious. Let's see, we still have peppers coming in. Can't remember the name of these peppers. They're new for us this year. They constantly have been coming in all summer into the fall. That was our corn patch. This is our nasturtiums that came in. Tomatoes are still. This tomato got so heavy that it just took that thing down, the tower down. But they picked tomatoes there. We got some cabbage. Some of it's opened. Yeah, that's okay. We got a bunch of cabbage this year, and still little eggplants growing. Easy with that knife, please. So, Joey's been hanging his sweater. I feel like we're growing sweaters in the garden too. It's been here a while. More broccoli, little cabbages, more broccoli. Broccoli that went to seed, which I'm so grateful for, because we are going to take these seeds. This is the best broccoli I've ever grown, so we're definitely taking these seeds. So they flower, and then the flowers turn into these like pods, and all those have the seeds in it. This broccoli I will save. We have leeks growing here around our tree. We have Swiss chard that we have to pick. More cauliflower, which is awesome. This area I never got to. We did these potato towers. I unfortunately was so excited about them, but just didn't get to it. So we'll see what we have. I didn't never finish this potato tower. We basically have weeds growing. It looks like there's a vole nest in here, or somebody's living in there. So we'll just see what we have. Is there anything in there? Who opened that one? Yeah? You see potatoes?
A little bit.
Oh, there's a vole coming out. Yep, right there. Darn voles, they took my potato towers. It's my fault. I just didn't get back here. He just came out. He's just smelling out that. Why don't you go get the cat? Here is a work in progress too. We have raspberries and blackberry canes, and this is we put up posts this year. We're gonna really fix this up next year, I hope. This is our asparagus. Usually leave it for 2 to 3 years and it seeds itself and fills in. So that's really wonderful. Wow, we got to fix our strawberry patch. That's what we're going to be working on. There's the asparagus patch, and then here we just weeded out, and this is our strawberry patch, which will be gorgeous in the spring. Usually is gorgeous in the spring. And Joey is cutting around it, preparing it, getting out whatever weeds. We just actually got out all of this. We let it go. After we collected all the strawberries, we forgot about it. So here me and Joey just weeded all this. And we're gonna leave this in heaps, kind of like a compost heap. So that'll all turn into dirt. We're building this part of the garden up because it gets very, very wet. So we're hoping to build up a little bit, make some drainage around the side of the coop. And here where the chickens were behind this fence, we're going to put like a hoop house. So they worked that all up, and we're going to put some drainage on the sides because it just gets the garden. We built up the soil so that doesn't get so flooded anymore like when we first moved here, but this area does. That's why our strawberries do so well. So our strawberries stay very moist and grow, and we had the best strawberries this spring. So we're trying to build this up so we can use all the space in the garden to grow. So this is a work in progress as well. Everything is always a work in progress, right? So we're just getting it all ready for the chickens to come in. I do not let the chickens in my strawberry patch. I'm not really sure what will happen if they end up in here. I have a feeling we'll end up with no strawberries. So we weeded ourselves and let it be. And then I just put a fence right here, and then we let the chickens in here. So we have been coming through this way to use our garden, so we have neglected our paths too. Our cucumbers have been done, so our paths need to be weeded tomorrow. So we're going to weed out these paths to get to whatever else was growing. There's some volunteer tomato over there, but it's not going to really put out anything for us. It'll just volunteer again next year probably. My real hope is we started filling this with leaves. We have just a few bins in here of leaves already, and we're going to just keep filling it with leaves in hoping that we can get it to a certain height and it'll compost down the soil, but then we will be able to plant finally in these beds. And in here we let weed too, and there's a bunch of cherry tomatoes and broccoli that will weed this up tomorrow and get in. So this is honestly a weedy garden, but the best garden I've had my entire life. We just got so much from it this year and really, really excited. And we could have gotten so much more, I know. But slowly we get out here, and we brought our cat in because of the vole. So here we're hoping that the cat will leave its scent and we'll get rid of all our voles. Yeah. There he is. He's hearing something. Looking forward to a beautiful spring garden. But you know, the work has to be put in the fall a little bit to get a really beautiful spring garden. So we're just going to get a head start. How you doing, bud? Taking out the dead ones? Okay, easy with that knife. Let's see. Maybe we'll beautiful sunflower that. Oh, the seeds are still there. Awesome. Let's cut this and bring that in. And so then we have. So what we're gonna do is it's a sad day when a big mammoth sunflower has to come down. I love sunflowers. As you can see, I planted so many sunflowers all around. Oh, there's still some that are alive there. 2 little ones. The last 2 of the season. Oh, the joy. I love these ones when they have so many on them and they're so pretty. We had all these orange ones throughout the garden and you would see just random yellow and it was just so beautiful. These are cosmos. I would totally recommend everybody to plant cosmos in their garden. Cosmos are just gorgeous. It makes the whole garden so pretty. You just come in and you're just so happy, even with the weeds around. You need things that make you happy. And I love that my kids love flowers, so they actually planted the flowers and then we found spots in the garden to put them. These ones were planted in a milk jug. We tried this milk jug system and I believe these ones are Maria's. So she planted them in a milk jug, started in March, and once the ground was ready, we dug in and planted them in, and look how pretty. They do grow tall sometimes. Oh, going down. Sunflower is going down. It's like cutting a tree for Joey. Timber! Good job, bud. And these are nasturtiums, the end of the year too. They kind of took over, but they're really pretty too. Whoa. You're gonna knock off all the seeds before we get them.
Yeah, you hold this.
Just stick it in the ground for a sec. Now Joey's harvesting Swiss chard. And Isabel and Maria were picking what? Raspberries.
And I ate them all. Mom, see anyone else?
Yeah.
Another one. Oh my gosh, I could barely cut it with this.
You know, we've had a very weedy garden this year because there was moments where we got sick. But I have to say, with all of the, wow, Joey. With all of the weeds and stuff, we've had the most productive garden we've ever. And the goats love the sunflower stalk that Joseph cut down. They go crazy for sunflowers. I love how everyone enjoys the garden.